So I'm going to start this video with a little disclaimer. I am not a Pokemon fan by any shape of the imagination. If you had said to me this time last week, Jordan, you're going to purchase not one, but 2 Pokemon figures, I'd have been like, get the hell out of here. No way, no way. But actually, I was in Smythe's Toys shop, my local one, and I walked past this and I actually saw the 20th special anniversary of Ash with Pikachu, and it just looked really good, and I just had like loads of ideas, start doing some ACBA or start to take some photos with with the action figures. But then I was really looking at that one and it was an extra £5, and I was looking at it and I was thinking, well, what do I get from that I don't get from this? And the only thing was Pikachu was sitting down wearing Ash's hat, and that Ash didn't have a hat on. So I just thought, oh, screw it, I'll just get this one. And then I just happened to just say to my brother, because my brother was with me, and I said to him, oh, if they had a Mewtwo, that'd be really good, because then I can have them like against each other. And what I will say is I did like that very first movie with Mewtwo in it. So anyway, and lo and behold, on the shelf right next to him was this guy. So ended up getting them both for $9.99. I'm not expecting loads from these figures, like just sort of like basic articulation, but I just wanted to show off the packaging first. Let's just have a quick look at Mewtwo. So he's in there, nice stance pose, says Mewtwo by Tommy, $9.99 from Smythe's or Smith's, no, I don't know how you pronounce it. But yeah, that's the box there. Just coming over to the back, he has 14 points of articulation. And what's out at the moment is Machamp, and I don't know who this guy is. Who is this guy? Green Ninja. I have no interest in getting any of them. I just really wanted Mewtwo versus Ash, and maybe if I find a Mew, the first one, I might get that in there just to kind of finish it off, and then that'll be it. I have no desire to collect Pokemon or have loads of Pokemon figures. I just got some really good ideas for doing some photos with these guys. So that's Mewtwo. Ash now comes with himself, obviously. Pikachu, we can see, a Pokeball and a Pokedex, which looks really good, and we'll have a look at that. Ash is sporting 13 points of articulation and loads of stuff here in lots of different languages. But it says, Ash is ready for adventure. What did Mewtwo say? Oh, Mewtwo unleashes its full power into battle. So we'll check that out. And yeah, we'll see. So I'm going to get these guys open out of the packaging. And when we come back, we'll have a look at them both. All right, see you in a sec. So just before we look at Mewtwo, in his packet, it comes with just this sheet that lets you know what other figures are coming out with it. And I know I just said I'm not interested in getting anyone else or anything else, but actually I'm starting to think that maybe a Charizard might be on the cards. Bulbasaur and a Squirtle would be good, but I don't actually see Squirtle on here, so maybe they haven't made him yet. But you've got Blastoise here, the one that he evolves into and stuff, and on the back you've got a catch 'em all type thing, so you've got lots of different styles of Pikachus. I've forgotten what his name is. That's not Charmeleon. Charmander, I think his name was. Sort of up here, and I'm saying I'm not a Pokemon fan, but bloody hell, I know all their names, don't I? Yeah, so that's what you get, sort of like there with the sticker sheet. I'll try not to get carried away with this line, but some of the classic characters I might just get, just mainly for the ACBA. So straight out of the packaging, the first one we're going to look at is Mewtwo, and boy, I gotta say, I absolutely love this figure. He is so poseable, and just you can just get him into like some really good poses. He doesn't have the world's best articulation, but he has it where it counts, and yeah, just literally you can just get him into some really good dynamic poses into it. I mean, let's just have a quick look at like what they've done for the colouring. I mean, it's really just mainly moulded in the colour of the plastic. I wouldn't say it's painted. Tail is a different colour. Maybe the tail bit here is painted, but this part here all seem to be sort of molded in the same sort of plastic. So yeah, so not really any sort of like shading or detail on there, but just looking at him, he just is so poseable. Like his head can just like give you all these different sort of classic Mewtwo type frowns, that just really get you thinking, wow, there's just so much that this figure can do. Just having a look at him all around, he's got his classic tentacle here that comes down on here. Got obviously the massive tail, the legs. I mean, he just does look like he just comes straight out of the cartoon. But yeah, I'm really happy with this figure. And for $9.99, like, you can't really go wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's really cool. So let's have a quick look at articulation on this guy. So we're going to take a quick look at his articulation. Head feels like it's on a ball joint. Yep, it is. And he gets a really good range of motion. If it wasn't for the tentacle here on the back, you'd definitely get a 360 out of that. His arms rotate at the shoulder, and you can get a full 360 there. Single jointed elbow gets you up to there, but you can swivel the elbow, which is really good. Nothing on the wrist, and that hand is just molded shut. On this side, same sort of thing. We've got a nice upper torso rotation, which is really good, and it comes with a really good ab crunch, so you can look down that much and you can kind of look up that much. Maybe it's not the world's greatest actually, but it does look down where it counts as much as it counts with the head, and with the head on that really good ball joint, it does give him a range up. His legs don't go out to the side, but you can get a full 360. And look what they've done. They've given the serial number on the sole of the foot. Now, why can't Marvel Legends do that? So, anyway, we've got a knee. So that goes there. So that gives you forward that much, backward that much. No, not really. There's no ankle pivot on this. But his legs can sort of spray out. You can put him into, like I said, some really good poses. Like I said earlier on, and his tail is articulated in loads of spots, so you can swivel that round there, you can swivel it here, you can twist it here, and you can twist it on the tip, so you can really put him in some really good poses, especially like you could like hold things with it if you can get the right Pokemon or someone that he's beating up, or just have him being Mewtwo in it really. Yeah, so Mewtwo kicks everyone's ass. So yeah, so that's Mewtwo, and that's what he looks like. Yeah, so let's have a look at Ash. Okay, so we've got Ash out of the packaging, and just like Mewtwo, he does come with that sheet that lets you know which figures are out and which ones to collect and all that sort of stuff, so we don't need to have a look at that again. So we're just going to start by having a quick look at the accessories. So he comes with his Pokedex. Just get a bit of focus on that. And you can see that. So yep, just bits of red there, really done really well. A bit of transparent plastic in the middle, and you know it does what it's supposed to do. A little bit of molded detail here in the corners and stuff. I can't remember what this thing specifically looked like in the cartoon on the very few episodes that I did see, but yeah, that's what the Pokedex looks like. Quite a bendable, soft kind of plastic, but I don't want to rock around with that too much because I don't want to break it. It's a really good accessory. So that's that. You've got the Pokeball, which looks really good. You've got the button there, and it looks like, you know, what it's supposed to look like. Not really much to say about that. Painted red, quite neat, with the black line down the middle, white dot, white on the base. Yeah, and that's that. And we'll have a quick look at Pikachu. He is one solid piece. I say there's no articulation on him, but he does look like he has a curve here, so I thought I could swivel him, but nope, he is actually one solid piece. Oh, such a shame that you can't just twist his head. That would have been really cool. But anyway, yeah, he looks like Pikachu. The paint is applied really well. He's got his angry face, he's got his game face on, so looks like he's ready for battle and stuff. Really soft tail here, bendy. Got the writings and markings on here, but at least they've written it in yellow so it doesn't spoil the figure, which is really good. So Hasbro, Marvel Legends, take note, because Tomy seemed to be doing it really well. Yeah, so that's that. The ears are a bit floppy. The paint work is really nice and neat. I mean, look at the brown. There's no smudging or anything like that. Got a little hole on there, maybe a flight stand, or you could probably do something creative with that you can do it. So yeah, so that's Pikachu. Not really much more else to say on that. Wish this bit was articulated. If his head just had a swivel and a tail, that would just be really good. But yeah, can't expect loads for $9.99, but yeah, you know, so that's that. So over on to Ash. As a figure, he's come out really clean. There's no real paint blemishes that I've noticed yet on him. Everything just comes out looking quite sharp and all of that stuff. So I think he looks really good as a character. The way they've represented him here, it looks like he's just stepped right out of a cartoon. Having a look at the back, like I say, there's, you know, all the lines and stuff are just really clean, like in his hat, everything, like he does look like he's just literally just stepped out of the cartoon, you know. And yeah, he's just a really good figure. You get like a really good representation of Ash for $9.99 with some really good, or some basic but like good enough articulation, I think. So let's have a look at the articulation. So we've got the head, can do a 360 all the way around if we wanted to, because it's on a ball joint. He can look down that much, he can look down that much, he can look up that much. No waist, unfortunately, no ab crunch, but his arms are quite cool. Whoops, just popped off. Well, I could just pop them back in. His arms are quite cool. They can go out to the side that much. You do get a full rotation, bends down, bend at a single jointed elbow. The arm rotates round, which is really cool. The legs go back that much, but they go forward that much. Single bend at the knee, and nothing below that, no rotation or anything like that. So that's it for the articulation on him mainly, but let's have a look at what they've done to help him with his accessories. So what you'll notice is in his arm here, he's got a little like hole in his hand, and what they've done is really clever. With the Pokeball, and you've got the bit here that sticks up, you can just pop that straight in the hand, and bang, he's holding his Pokeball perfectly. Let me just stand him up properly. Come on, man, stand up. He's holding his Pokeball perfectly like that, and you know, just like little things like that. It's just like really ingenious. Like, I'm not sure if Hasbro would go that extra distance, but you know, it's just, yeah, it just really fits really well. The Pokedex, on the other hand, I'm having a bit of a tough time getting him to hold that in a decent position, where he's actually looking at it and, you know, getting some information. What would have helped it out is if there was a bend, like a hinge, like on the wrist, because then he can kind of hold it better. But unfortunately, he doesn't really hold it that well, or at least I haven't been able to get him to hold it that well. I don't know if no, it looks naff. He's not going to hold it like that, is he? But yeah, he can just sort of blend it like that. Well, hey, you know what they say, posing ain't easy, right? So you can just sort of hold it like that for now, I reckon, and you know, bring in Pikachu behind him, and that's that. let's have a quick look at some size comparisons. So there's Ash and Pikachu about to face off against Mewtwo. I think that I haven't seen that film for ages, but I think that's a really good size sort of comparison for them. I remember him being bigger than like Pikachu and Mew and all of that sort of stuff, but I can't remember if he's like in scale with Ash. I imagine he probably is. I reckon the rest of the line looks like they're all sort of like in scale with each other. So yeah, that's a good little size comparison there. Side by side, you can kind of see sort of like how they look together. Because I was just reviewing him, there is Ash next to Bruce Lee. Might work. I mean, I don't know how old Ash is supposed to be. I imagine he was about 15, something like that, maybe a little bit younger. Even though he was wandering around the world. But that's what that looks like together. So all in all, for $9.99, I think this is a bargain. Absolutely think it's a bargain. I want to try and get some effects so I can like show off like their skill set and their powers and stuff like that when I come to do my pictures. But I'm gonna have to like look around and see what the right sort of effects are with that. But I'm actually really looking forward to just doing some outdoor shots with these guys when the weather changes up and we in a spring and stuff like that. Might take them like down to like the woods or somewhere like that and see what kind of shots I can get with them. So yeah, I can't think of anything else to say. If you guys got any questions about these figures, please do not hesitate to get in touch. Let me know in the comments down below. Please like, share, subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And yeah, I'll probably see you in the next video, hopefully. Yeah, so take care from Mewtwo, Ash and Pikachu. See you next time. Bye. So I'm a big fat liar. Look, he can hold his Pokedex really, really well. Look, holding it like a pro. Alright, see you guys later. See you next time. Bye.